Big Fun was the theme for the 2013 North Dakota State Fair, and it could be seen all over the fairgrounds, on the midway, in the barns, at the exhibits, and in the commercial buildings. The beautiful weather, outstanding grandstand lineup, and packed daily schedules had people flocking to the fairgrounds in record-breaking numbers.
The total attendance for 2013 was 320,485 people, surpassing the previous attendance record set at the last fair in 2012.
The North Dakota State Fair anticipated these big numbers and took steps to prepare for the influx of people coming to the fairgrounds. Camping saw new improvements, including an RV dump station in the east camping lots and upgraded electricity in the west camping lot. Fairgoers were also offered a primitive camping area northwest of the fairgrounds.
To help alleviate some of the extra traffic during the North Dakota State Fair, the fair offered complimentary shuttle buses to and from the Dakota Square Mall on July 19th, July 20th, and July 26th.
For the first time in its history, the North Dakota State Fair featured a canned food drive held on Monday, July 22nd. Fair attendees could drop off non-perishable items at each gate from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. To highlight the food drive, a combine made out of nearly 15,000 cans of food was displayed in the lobby of the North Dakota State Fair Center all 9 days of the fair. The featured ribbon cutting took place in front of this exhibit on Thursday, July 18th.
As usual, the competitive exhibits department buzzed with activity during the state fair.
In total, 43,321 open class, 4-H, and FFA exhibits were entered. This year, 4-H members contributed 9,254 projects in competitive exhibits. Along with their static exhibits, 4-H students also had the opportunity to show their prized livestock. 4-H livestock entries totaled 1,783. Many species of livestock were shown, including cattle, goats, horses, poultry, rabbits, sheep, and swine.
FFA chapters from across the state exhibited at the fair this year, displaying 22,512 projects in the FFA hall. These hard-working high school students showed off their best projects of the year, including wood and metalwork, agriculture products, produce, horticulture, and agriculture mechanics. FFA livestock divisions included beef, dairy, swine, poultry, goats, equestrian, sheep, and rabbits. The group also held their live and silent auctions on Saturday, July 20th, raising funds for the North Dakota FFA organization.
4-H Hall was the place to see the best in North Dakota for fine arts and crafts, horticulture, needlework, photography, agricultural products, and educational exhibits. 2,934 exhibits were submitted into the 2013 North Dakota State Fair. Over 2,929 education entries from 13 counties across North Dakota were displayed throughout the fair.
Open class exhibitors showed off their best during the livestock shows and in static exhibit competitions at the North Dakota State Fair. This year, the barns were filled with cattle, sheep, swine, goats, and poultry.
The next generation of livestock showmen received a chance to try their hand in the ring during the North Dakota Junior Steer and Heifer Show with 153 entries. The ever-popular Junior Market Hog Show received 256 entries this year. New this year, the North Dakota State Fair hosted the Junior Sheep Show, bringing in 159 entries. These shows were open to North Dakota youth through the age of 20.
The Barrel Bash, team roping, and other equestrian events brought the best horsemen and women in the region to the North Dakota State Fair. During the horse and pony pull, teams of draft horses and ponies showed their strength when they competed to win cash prizes on July 20th and 21st. These events are popular with fairgoers and drew large crowds cheering on their favorite horses.
Agriculture is always the focal point of the North Dakota State Fair, and this year several exhibits were scattered across the fairgrounds to raise added awareness for North Dakota's #1 industry.
The Agrium Seed Survivor interactive display taught families that plants are essential for human survival by producing food, income, oxygen, and enjoyment for us all. The exhibit featured multimedia and virtual reality games, an insect videoscope, a watershed center, talking walls, and much more.
The ND Ag Experience took fairgoers on an agricultural scavenger hunt throughout the fairgrounds, making stops at Machinery Row, the livestock barns, and the crop plot. They learned facts like nearly 90% of the state's total land area is in farms and ranches, and North Dakota farmers produce over 52% of all pulse crops in the United States.
My American Farm, an online website filled with games that entertain while educating about agriculture, was promoted to fairgoers prior to the North Dakota State Fair. For each game a child played prior to the fair, they received a stamp for their passport. Once their passport was full, they could redeem it for a ribbon at the North Dakota State Fair.
Commercial space on the fairgrounds was a hot commodity this year, as all of the more than 600 commercial spaces were sold out months before the fair began. The State Fair had it all and more, including prefabricated homes, household products, RVs, saunas, western wear, and jewelry.
This year, Machinery Row was filled with the latest and greatest in agriculture equipment, farm and ranch products, industrial equipment, and agriculture service providers all in one spot.
With treats like cotton candy, mini donuts, and cheese curds, it's no wonder that the delicious fair food seems to be a favorite among fair patrons. This year, 51 food stands were spread across the fairgrounds.
The Midway saw a few more unusual foods this year. The second annual Food Frenzy competition invited vendors to bring in a new food that has never been sold before at the North Dakota State Fair. After all the food had been sampled, it was a unanimous decision that the caramel turtle funnel cake from Thompson's Root Beer was the Food Frenzy champion.
Just steps away from the food court, Murphy Brothers Exposition made the Midway come alive with great, big fun, again this year by bringing in wild rides and many games of chance. Fairgoers enjoyed classics like the Ferris wheel, carousel, and tilt-a-whirl, while the braver fairgoers experienced the thrills of the zipper, kamikaze, and gravitron. The Thrill Zone area saw new additions including the inflatable zip line, as well as fair favorites like the slingshot, mechanical bull, virtual motion, and bungee trampolines.
On Saturday, July 20th, the North Dakota State Parade had everyone transforming their float in honor of the 2013 parade theme, Transforming North Dakota, which was ushered in by Grand Marshal Josh Dumel. The parade was kicked off by over 500 runners from the Run the Route 5K and 1 Mile Fun Run. In a slightly slower-paced race, the youngest fairgoers crawled their way to the finish line in the Diaper Derby and Toddler Trot on Tuesday, July 23rd.
The North Dakota State Fair welcomed bakers of all ages to compete in the live cake and cupcake decorating contests. In the live amateur cake decorating contest, contestants ages 14 and older decorated cakes to the theme of Great Big Fun on July 21st. The results were cakes covered in livestock and a replica of the grandstand and food court. On July 27th, children ages 12 and under decorated their cupcakes to the theme of What I Love About the Fair in the Kids Cupcake Decorating Contest.
During the redneck relay race, teams of 2 battled against each other in redneck tasks such as corn cob tossing, wheelbarrow racing, and greased pig carrying. Our younger fairgoers competed in the tractor pedal pull. Kids huffed and puffed to pedal their weighted tractors across the finish line on July 23rd.
All ages could try their hand at milking a cow on Wednesday, July 24th in the Expo Barn. Don't worry, a swift kick from a cow was not likely as a wooden cow named Bessie with a simulated udder was used. New in 2013, fiery hot wings were gobbled down during the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Wing Challenge on the final Friday of the fair.
North Dakota has talent, and it was showcased at the North Dakota State Fair. Brave musicians took the stage for karaoke each night of the fair. Contestants belted out their favorite tunes for a chance to be named the Crowd Pleasers Karaoke Contest champion. The Amateur Talent Competition, which took place July 24th on Stage 2, also brought out the best performers from the region.
Stage 2 had fairgoers moving and grooving to acts including Six Appeal, a 6-man a cappella group, and Powerhouse, a percussive dance group. The Flickertail Garden Stage and the Carousel Pub entertained fairgoers well into the night, with bands like Slamabama, Highway 55, The Great Outdoors, and Beyond Control. Lloyd Mabry with his classic humor and music, and Mama Lou with her comedic strong woman routine kept the Flickertail Gardens laughing during the daytime entertainment.
Classic favorite free stages found their spot at the fair, including Daryl's Racing Pigs, Kids Kingdom, North Dakota Game and Fish Outdoor Skills Park, and Fur Traders Rendezvous.
This year saw new and exciting free stages at the North Dakota State Fair. Lady Houdini, a famous escape artist, thrilled audiences with tricks that definitely should not be tried at home. The Stingray exhibit featured a variety of unique stingray species and made it possible for visitors to see, touch, and feed them. For those who preferred something a little furrier, the Bengal tiger exhibit allowed the public to witness the intelligence of these beautiful, massive felines. Backed by popular demand, the extreme canines were jumping and flying through the air, catching frisbees and entertaining viewers.
Fairgoers may have caught sight of some strange critters roaming the fairgrounds, including a living vine named Divine, strolling through the grounds and building archways for fair attendees to pose under. Freddie the Flickertail also did a great job, like always, playing host of the fair and interacting with the crowds.
Inside the State Fair Center on Thursday, July 25th, Senior Day went red and green with a Christmas in July theme. Seniors were entertained by a variety of entertainment, including the US Band, a strong woman, and a Christmas Carol sing-along.
Multiple picnics were held during the fair's 9 days to thank those who contributed to the great big fun. These picnics were just a small token of the fair's appreciation for 4-H members, FFA students, commercial exhibitors, fair supporters, and military men and women. Autographs were signed, games were played, and prizes were given away at UND Day under the festival tent on Sunday, July 21st.
Taking over the festival tent on Monday, July 22nd, was Pride of Dakota Day. A wide array of North Dakota-made products were on display and for sale during the event. As an added bonus, the Department of Agriculture hosted a $1 hot dog lunch with the proceeds going to support North Dakota FFA. Tuesday was all about celebrating families as Xcel Energy sponsored Family Day on July 23rd. This event had lots of great activities for kids, including jewelry making, first aid kits, and healthy snack mix.
Ice cream was on the menu during KX Co-op Day held Wednesday, July 24th. KX Networks and North Dakota Co-ops joined together with a free pancake and sausage breakfast and an ice cream social in the afternoon. Water was at the center of all the fun on Thursday, July 25th, as the North Dakota Water Education Foundation presented Water Day Festival o' Fun. Highlights of the day included water-themed games, door prizes, and Frost Fest, featuring free snow cones for fairgoers.
The Cowboys were back in full force for the NPRA Bull Riding Championships on July 22nd and 23rd, when the toughest Mossbrucker bulls took on the finest riders in the region for a crazy 8-second ride. Ranch Rodeos also took over the arena on July 24th and 25th. 24 teams of cowboys and cowgirls competed against each other in events that displayed somewhat typical ranch jobs, including trailer loading, range doctoring, team mugging, and even wild cow milking.
Little buckaroos from across North Dakota competed in mini rodeo events in the Showdeo held July 24th. These pint-sized cowboys and cowgirls tackled challenges like barrel racing, stick horse races, and goat tying. There may have even been a future rodeo star in the mix.
Racing into the grandstand were 2 auto events: the Dakota Bank Enduro Race on Monday, July 22nd, and the IMCA Modified and Stock Car Race sponsored by Sleep Inn and Suites on Tuesday, July 23rd. Over 7,000 race fans packed the grandstand over the 2 nights.
The 2013 North Dakota State Fair had an all-star concert lineup this year, with Tim McGraw, Journey, Brantley Gilbert, Sawyer Brown, Scotty McCreery, Toby Keith, and Creedence Clearwater Revisited. Both Journey and Creedence Clearwater Revisited brought in strong crowds, and the grandstand show pass sold out the very first day of the fair.
The North Dakota State Fair is proud to serve the people of North Dakota as a showcase for culture, products, and pride. This year's North Dakota State Fair board members were
Thanks to the generous sponsorships and support of the people of North Dakota, the State Fair is able to grow and provide the largest annual event in the state. The North Dakota State Fair would like to thank the following sponsors.